Hello, welcome back to my world. I'm going to get to the top of this mountain, that way I can show you what I've been up to. This week I have put a good amount of time into playing the game. Mostly just in the past couple days, but yeah. So, I've shown the Arboretum before. This was about where it was, I think, the last video. I started having stuff growing around the old Rook Tower. And I have expanded it a good amount. So there's the Rook Tower, as you can see. Let's avoid that spider. Gotta move. You can see where things are starting to go. I also have been expanding it out into the water a good amount. So as you can kind of see, because stuff hasn't grown in yet, but I'm sure that you can start to see what I'm trying to do here. This was what I was trying to explain last week, and yeah, it was very limited because it only really had, I think, some stuff here, and these trees weren't really grown in, but you can kind of imagine how this is going to look from about here. Actually, if we go back even further, yeah, look at that. You can kind of picture how it will look. So that's the objective here. I cleaned up my inventory just recently, like a few minutes ago. But effectively, I've had to just like keep going back and forth between doing this, cutting down some trees, doing this, cutting down some trees. I have had to expand the Arboretum a lot just to do all of this stuff. Because the thing is that while I am growing trees out here, you know, I don't want to have to cut down the trees because it's a pain in the ass to deal with that. Because the blocks fall in the water, they sink to the bottom, they have to go and swim down there, swim back up. It's a lot easier to just be like, oh, there's a tree right here, cut it down, and call it there. Come back like a minute later after the leaves have decayed. It's actually been pretty efficient being able to grow the trees and cut them down, because there's just so many trees that are growing at any given moment for the most part. And then even though you end up with some of these big ones that I don't really want to have to cut down, I could like cut down, oh, well, there you go. See what I mean? It just grows pretty quickly because I have so many trees growing around here. And that's actually the second time that's happened. I think I was just standing like right about here. And then it just grew and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So, but you may have noticed I've also been kind of designing, I don't even know what to call this, I guess like some kind of tree potter in a way, where, yeah, like the idea is that I'm going to kind of clean this up a little bit, but I wanted to have some kind of nice thing going on here, maybe clean up the path a little bit. Yeah, because part of the issue is that some of the terrain does get a little bit too steep between these trees. Like here, I mean, yeah, you can see how steep that gets. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So now that we're going out on this boat, I think it is worth it to show how this looks from this lake. I actually have something I gotta go to right now. Well, wait a minute. Oh, I don't have any materials on me, so I gotta go back in. But yeah, you can see how that looks. And it's only going to get bigger. I think this might be about as far out as I go. Because, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. I don't want the whole lake just be covered with this, because I do need a path for the boat after all. But I think out to there is pretty decent. Maybe expand it along here a little bit. Definitely can go back over there. But I do need to go back to the to storage, to like the storage shed, whatever I called it, fort, I think. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Because I need to get some resources for the thing that I wanted to build in this part. So I've also been pretty busy just mining stuff. Just put on some music and start doing some things. And that's how I've mainly been playing this. You can get a little bit of wood for that. Yeah, so I am actually going to use the boat for this, though, because I want to see how quick it is to get to the rook that's all the way out here, because there is a little upgrade I want to do with the rook, but I also wanted to maybe start on the next piece. So, yeah, I think this might be moderately faster. I don't know, this I guess this is technically a bit faster than if I were to just walk, but huh. Still takes a little bit of time. I should be able to see it, because I've kind of done this before. There it is. Okay. Right. Yes. Alright, so there was a little thing I wanted to do with this rook, because the building, I think, needs a little bit of a better shape to it. And what I mean by that is that it looks very flat, because up until the top up there, because, okay, this is pretty imposing, right? But I feel like that there should be a little bit more, maybe right around it. Kind of thicken up the bottom a little bit, and it'll look like it's a bit more sturdy, I think. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. So I wanted to go ahead and do that, but I also wanted to better define an entrance, because there's kind of just been this funny construction entrance that's been here. And for anyone that is checking out the series for the first time, let me just show you this building real quick. Because this was done a little while ago. I guess I need to finish cleaning it up, actually, because this doesn't look finished. Weird. I could have sworn that I finished this, but I guess not. Yeah. Weird. Okay, well, here's the top of the building. This is the second rook that I've built. There's that first one by where the video started. That was one of the first things I built on this world. And then it kind of inspired me to start the Chess Island project, which is what I'm in the middle of making. Okay, well, already, I think the entrance could probably actually be right here. Just kind of needs some stairs, I feel. Yeah, that works for some stairs. Actually, this does make sense for a stairwell to be right here. And then if I put a little wall to the side here. Alright, so I am almost done with the first stage of this. I've done a fair bit of clearing out around here. Now I'm just putting down blocks, but I'm going to step back for a moment. I also added in some stairs. I guess the stairs I kind of need to finish as well, but I'm going to step back for a moment just to see how this looks, and I think this looks a lot better, especially with the stairs being added in. Yeah, so you kind of get the idea of this being built on top of something pretty solid, some very solid foundation. There's a bit more geometry to it, where now the building is actually kind of like horizontally symmetrical. And there is now a proper entrance. I know that I have been building these with some kind of military strategy in mind. But honestly, I don't, like, I think while that's cool, you still need a way back up here. So I'm not too concerned about that. One thing I've also been doing that you can see me doing right now is I've just been clearing out some soil and then replacing it with stone. Just because the alternative that I have noticed with some of the builds that I've done here is it ends up kind of looking odd. Because you'll have like stone on top of soil. I think I fixed it now, but I feel like that the stone should go into the ground a bit because you have a foundation that you then build everything on top of. Now, if I go up to here, you can see that this is like right down here. Okay? So this kind of goes up past the ceiling, I think, almost of the first level. But yeah, I think if I go back over to about where the boat was, that looks a lot cooler. That guy's just been over there for the past couple minutes. Alright, well, let's get back in the boat and go to our next build.